I'm back, guys. I've been slacking. I ain't done much. Not much at all. Um, Finally got these heads back. My own port job done. They ended up flowing 272 CFM at peak lift. Um, they're just sitting on there right now. I don't have any head gaskets or anything on it right now, but now that I got these back, there's a little bit of work done in the runner. Um, Not much to really open it up, but there's a little bit taken out to make the runner bigger. Most of the work was done in the bowl. They were pretty decent to begin with, but removed a little bit more material. Not a whole lot, but just enough. And now that I have them back, I measured the width and the height, and my air gap intake is right there. The air gap hole here is about 100,000 smaller. So I guess I'll be porting that intake. But nothing's changed. I haven't done anything. I've been slacking. I haven't done anything at all, really. I slid this on there, and the timing chain is not tightened up. I'm gonna get a friend of mine's going to come over here and degree the cam, make sure it's lined up, and hopefully we don't have to pull that thing off there, and it's good. I put it dot to dot, but it went on there pretty snug. Might be a pain to get it off, but that's about it. I don't have anything done other than getting these things back finally. It's smooth. It looks like it's kind of rough, but it's pretty smooth. I know it needs to be somewhat rough so that the fuel can atomize. But everything was checked out. Springs were good. All the pressures, and then where the coil bind would be, I'm all good with that with the lift cam that I have. So those springs would be, I think they're just a tiny bit better than what comp requires for that extreme lift on that, or that extreme ramp rates on that camshaft. So I got a little bit more on the seat and a little bit more at max lift, a little bit more pressure. So I think they'll be good. I think everything's going in the right direction. I just need to get to work on it. Need to take care of that intake and get this thing degreed. Finish dealing with the oil pump and the dipstick issue. But my goal with these heads or with this engine is to have 400 horsepower at the wheels. I think that's achievable. Those pistons in there, they're with the valve reliefs in there. They're 11 cc, what you would consider to be dished, and there was a little bit of chamber work done to these things, smoothed the chambers out and got rid of all the sharp edges in there. And then the heads were milled about 5 thousandths, and the chamber is now 59.5. So with those pistons and with the chamber, the pistons come out 8 thousandths out of the hole above the deck, and my head gasket is compressed thickness is 39,000. So with all that math, this engine should be like right at 10.2 on the compression. So that ought to be pretty good. It ought to run pretty decent. But we just get to work, and then one day I'll have to put it on the dyno like I did my little 308 that I have. So anyhow, I just figured I'd give you guys an update. And this truck is just still sitting here. Let me go up here. It's having some issues with the power steering. And he got a new pump, but of course he got everything off. And got a new rack. Because with no power steering, it was almost impossible to turn this truck. I don't know what was going on with it. So we were assuming that something was wrong with the rack, and it was causing issues with the pumps. It kept blowing power steering hoses. So he finally changed his setup and got a GM style pump put on it, a different hose. So it should be simpler setup than what was on it. But this one's probably going to be out this spring, and mine's going to be down this spring. Still need to get 2 front tires, and still need to put the exhaust on it and finish this power steering, and it should be good to go. Put some mirrors on it. Need to get a bed cover. It's come along pretty nice. Anyhow, let me get out of here. You guys have a good one.